Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Tuesday, partly cloudy, warm and humid, high of 88. Don't mow the lawn. Particularly if you live south of town. That's what I'm hearing all the experts saying.
Yeah. You can only mow your yard with goats. Actual goats.
Yeah.
You have to
Otherwise, let
rent
it grow.
them.
Possibly till the weekend is what I'm hearing.
Maybe till
on
the
Sunday.
fall.
Yeah, it's a nice Father's Day treat. Mow the lawn yourself.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all. What else did they say?
They said,
Should I just do nothing but drink all day?
They said that.
Is that what our
Yep.
meteorologist is?
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Water.
Hey, Netflix presents Here Comes the Funny Tour. It is coming to Soaring Eagle Casino at the outdoor venue on Thursday of next week. And that includes Adam Sandler, David Spade, Rob Schnieder, and this guy, Nick Swardson. Nick Swardson, welcome to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. How are you, Nick?
Hey, buddy.
How are you guys?
Hey, man.
Free beer and wings.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That is a dumb name, isn't it?
It is so dumb yet amazing.
It is delicious in
It's
every
what
way.
everybody wants. You just encapsulated what makes the world go round.
It did. Yeah, Nick Swardson.
Yes.
This is a very typical radio question, but do you guys have time to hang out when you do this tour? Or does everybody kind of do their own thing? Or
God, what a typical question.
it is. What a free beer
yeah.
and hot wings question that is. I'm
That is
disgusted by
such a
it.
thing to ask.
We tried it. It's kind of a bummer because, I do the road a lot. You know what I mean? I've been
Sure.
touring for 21 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I always, whenever I go to a city, I always come in early and stay like a day or two later so I can hang out. But this is like so intense because Sandler's schedule is so crazy, so he doesn't really get a chance to hang out. So he's always bummed out because we always have a good time. The shows are always great. And, we love, especially him, he loves getting out and seeing places, but we always have to leave right away.
Right.
So it's rare that we get time to hang out. To answer your question, we rarely get time.
That's
Are
right.
you
It
guys
kind of
do-
seemed like that would be the case just because you all do have individual schedules and the group schedule.
Yeah. Are you doing?
Yeah,
is this
these
like a
tours
bus
are hard to
tour?
pull off just with all of our schedules. What?
Yeah.
Is this like a bus tour? Or do you get to go on Sandler's private jet, which I assume he's flying from town to town in?
Right.
We have a 4-way bicycle.
4-way bicycle.
Oh my gosh, that's
That is unique.
but inconveniently, it's side by side instead of in a line. I bet.
Now,
Adam has a motorcycle with 3 sidecars.
by the way,
Yeah.
Hot Wings and I went to college in this town at Central Michigan University.
Yeah, in Mount
it's not implausible to see someone with a 4 sidecars welded to a motorcycle.
Yeah.
In that era.
That would be amazing.
But-
Is that in Grand Rapids?
No, it's
No,
in,
that's in
Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, it's,
About an hour and a half
yeah,
north.
Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, good Lord. I performed there.
Yes, you
I'm-
are.
I'm-
You are going to again too.
No, I know, but I performed at the college.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
CMU.
Probably at Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
performed all over Michigan. I've got family there, too.
Well, and you were in Grand Rapids. How long were you in town when you filmed 30 Minutes or Less, which we were just discussing is an underrated comedy in this world?
It's so underrated. It's crazy. I don't know, we were all, baffled. It did okay in the theaters, but we thought it was going to be huge because it's a really funny movie.
It is.
I love it, man. Danny's great. Me and Danny are both fun. And Aziz and Jesse are great. And the director is the awesome director, Ruben Fleischer. But,
I don't know
yeah,
what.
we were in Grand Rapids for, almost 2 months.
Nick, when you started that, I thought you were going to leave Jesse Eisenberg out and we were going to have a scandal. Now, you didn't.
no.
But I thought you were going to be like, yeah, me and Danny had a
What
good time.
dramatic turn.
And Aziz
I
is
thought
great.
we
And
had
then
a
just leave.
scandal amongst us.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would have been something. It would have been a very modest scandal.
Schwartzen hates Eisenberg.
That's how it would have been spun.
Yeah.
What did anyone do anything weird when you were in town? Did anyone approach you? Was there a place you went when you were in Grand Rapids? I know it was a while ago, 6-7 years ago, but where you went? Well, I'm not doing that again.
Not really. Everybody was pretty cool. The Midwest is. I'm from, born and raised Minnesota, and I've spent a ton of time in Michigan. I've got family all over Detroit, Royal Oak.
Yeah,
Everyone's pretty
Ann
cool.
Arbor.
So you know how to assimilate.
right.
Aziz
I
probably
know,
has a hard time.
People are being. I know who's crazy and who's not. You know what I mean? But no, there was never. There was nothing crazy. No, everybody was pretty cool.
How about
But
anywhere?
it was fun shooting in the Midwest.
Yeah, I bet.
There was a couple nights where we got pretty hammered. Me and McBride If we get after it, we get after it. So it's pretty funny. There was a couple nights where we dragged the Z's into our just spiral. I think Jesse, we spared him his life.
I cannot imagine Eisenberg going out with the boys and like getting hammered. I picture him reading in a quiet hotel room.
Yeah, like maybe two books at once.
Yes.
Jesse's very mellow.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
yeah, he's like, he'll have a couple glasses of wine at dinner or something like that. But like Danny and we would get after it. I remember one time Danny called me up. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nothing." He goes, "You want to go see that movie Black Swan?" I was like, all right.
Yeah,
So
let's
he
get
called me,
S-faced.
He goes, "The movie's sold out." He goes, "You want to just get hammered?" This was 2 PM,
Right.
So me and him went to a bar and we went shot for shot. I go, "What are you drinking?" He goes, "Tequila." I go, "I'm going to drink Jameson." So we went shot for shot for, I think we were at like 15 shots at one point.
Oh my God.
And I'm not exaggerating. And we're like, let's get more people involved. So we called the director of the movie and a couple of the producers. We're like, "Get over here now." And we kept drinking and going shot for shot. And then everybody else, they were late by 15 shots, and everybody else started vomiting and passing out.
So you guys,
and Danny and I kept going until last call.
oh my gosh,
That doesn't shock me at all. I forgot McBride was in town altogether.
Yeah. We were getting so many eyewitness, people like, "Hey, guess who was at our bar last night?" But probably from that, the bartender was probably calling us the next day saying, "Hey, whole gang."
You guys made a bartender a millionaire that night.
That was fun because I remember Doug Benson was at the comedy club one of those weekends.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, that's right. Doug was.
I went to see him, and Aziz came to the club, and they ended up doing what Doug calls the Benson interruption, where he lets Aziz do a set and interrupts him while he does it.
Which, incredible.
With questions or whatever.
Man, what a great.
That was
Well,
fun.
Doug is high.
Yeah.
Of course, Doug is high.
Awake equals high, right, Nick?
Yeah, Doug and I've known Doug for 20 years, and we just did a cruise ship together. And we both did, the band 311?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So both of us co-headlined the 311 cruise.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
That is absurd.
That was
It
nothing.
was absurd. And I remember, I don't smoke weed. I did it a while ago, but I just drink kind of pretty mellow now.
Yeah.
I'm 40. But Doug was smoking anything anybody handed to him. He was just walking around the boat, and I've never seen anybody smoke that much in my life. It was cartoonish.
That's amazing.
How are you walking and seeing, get a cocktail and a joint or a blunt or a bomb? It was just,
How far
I
away
marveled at it.
How far away from the States do you have to be before all laws are
can do
off the
whatever
table
you
where
want.
people can walk around the cruise ship and smoke pot? That's fantastic.
Yeah, it got to the point of it was like that island in in Pinocchio where everyone's just going insane and turning into donkeys.
I don't remember
It was
Pinocchio,
that
but
level of just insanity of where people were just.
Nick,
It was a little much.
Nick Swardson with us. He's going to be at Soaring Eagle Casino as part of the Here Comes the Funny Tour, brought to you by Netflix. That is next Thursday at Soaring Eagle Casino. You can get your tickets still, soaringeaglecasino.com. Now, you mentioned you're from Minneapolis. I know you're a big Minneapolis sports fan, and you're Vikings. Now, as Lions fans, I find your Vikings to be one of the few relatable teams in the NFL. But here's the question. Is it better to be a Vikings fan who has come so close and had such bitter disappointment? And I'm not saying that to rub salt in any wounds, because the Lions have plenty of open wounds. Or be the Lions and never even had hope of winning a Super Bowl championship?
For all the pain that we've endured, I would still like at least we've had a taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, but it's still, it's nice to have that moment of where you're like, this could happen.
Yeah.
But the heartbreak is horrendous.
Yes. You realize,
it is definitely jarring and awful.
Yeah.
But for us, if the Lions had gone 15-1 like your Vikings did, was it 98 when they lost to
It was 98.
to the Falcons on the only missed kick of the year from your kicker. That would
From Anderson,
from
At
a
home,
Lions
by the
fan,
way.
that is the good old days. We would say, "Oh my God, remember how good it was when we went 15-1, we lost in the NFC Championship? Man, that was the best of times."
Yeah.
But for Vikings, it is a source of, rightfully so, bitter disappointment.
When was the Lions' best of times? Were they still
The
wearing like
50s.
leather
My
pads?
dad was in
Yes.
high school in the 50s. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There were no pads. They were they were wearing like toilet paper helmets.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the last time they were good, the league hadn't been desegregated yet. It was that long ago.
They really like toilet paper helmets.
They made the Irish play for the entertainment of the higher ups.
The ball was just a big rock.
Nick Swardson. Go see him next Thursday at Soaring Eagle Casino, along with Adam Sandler, David Spade, and Rob Schnieder. Nick, thanks for joining us. Have a great day, okay?
Of course, man. Cheers, guys.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man. See ya.
Toilet paper helmets.
It really got you.
It did. Mm-hmm. That's the future
was
right
fun.
there.
Yes.
All right.
After
I
the
think
apocalypse.
tomorrow, because I think there's going to be follow-up today
We got to talk about the story.
about
Right?
Woodland Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
'Cause
is there already follow up?
Well,
More follow up.
I'm under the impression there's going to be more today. Not another shoe dropping, but
No.
maybe the part 2 of that story. And we're referring to the fact that they kicked a woman out for dressing normally because she was dressed inappropriately.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
That's what-
but when
Somebody said there.
I mean, I think we were all stunned when we saw the photo. You're like, well, that's not what I expected.
No,
Like,
no.
I guess,
I expect somebody to be dressed very whorishly.
Right?
It was somebody who was dressed very age appropriately for hot weather.
Yeah. There'd be plenty of times where my wife should get kicked out of something for wearing very similar.
if I had,
If that was the norm, and I'd be shocked if that happened.
if I was walking through the mall with my 2 young sons and saw this girl, I wouldn't have batted an eye.
Yeah. Absolutely.
mean,
true.
Yeah.
It's so completely normal.
Yeah.
It'd be like getting kicked out of someplace for wearing jeans and a T-shirt, which I get if it's like a fancy restaurant, but not the mall.
Right
now. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And she even said in one of her posts, she said, in spite of the fact that there were people dressed more scantily within 10 feet of her at the moment she was being kicked out, which that would be the hard part, to not make a scene. Because you'd be so, is this a joke? Is this a bit? What's going on here?
I think I would lose my ass.
Yeah, she seems to be handling it very well, pretty poised for a young person.
Yeah.
Because she said, like, I don't hate the mall or anything. I mean, they're fine. It's
There's
just
probably one employee
it
who made a
was.
mistake.
And even the spokespeople at Woodland were immediately
They
like, "Oh yeah,
apologized.
we dropped the ball on this one big time." And by we, they mean that person.
Yes.
Which
by that person, they mean former employee.
Yeah.
No, I don't doubt
knows?
that that's
Yeah.
going to happen, but
It's Offspring. Griffs, get that win tonight. Wrap up the series. Good
Do
luck.
it.
Van Andel Arena, Game 6 tonight. They could hoist the cup again. That's all. It's Offspring, 97.9 GRD Rocks.